What's up, guys? This is Egypt, the founder, editor-in-chief of the Movement magazine, Remixed, and we're here live at the 2016 Trumpet Awards. Where do you see our relationships going as a culture? You know, other cultures train their young girls.
With one another, or
yes, our love language.
Well, you know what? There's so many mentoring programs out, and there's so many programs addressing different ways to bring relationship in, whether it be familial, whether it be, you know, in the job and corporate structure. So I think if we just utilize what it is that we have, we'd be much better off.
Thank you so much, the Movement magazine. Thank you. Question. My book is about emasculation, the enemy to the soul of a woman.
Okay.
Where do you see our families going, our African American culture? As you know, in other cultures, they raise their daughters to be effective in family. They raise their men, their boys, to be hunters.
Right.
What do you say about our culture? Where do you see it going, our love language, our love culture?
Wow, that's so good, because we're still dealing with so many generational curses and trying to find ourselves in so many different syndromes, especially right here in Georgia and anywhere on the East Coast is the Willie Lynch syndrome.
Yes.
Okay, so we've been taught hundreds and hundreds of years ago to hate one another, and it's kind of hard to receive and find the identity of a daughter, because you got to get that from your father. You get your identity from your natural father, and you get your covering. And so the first thing we got to go back and deal with is the absent father before we can start talking about how to restore
the abandonment issue.
Courage in little girls that become women. And so you got abandonment, rejection, you got all kind of things that's going on in our community, and nobody wants to deal with that. So you got to go back and look at the father. How can we get the father back involved? The covering, the identity, the heartbeat really of the home. Now some people say it's the mother, but I disagree. Because without him, I mean, again, that's just so strong when he's there. If you start to look at surveys of all the little girls that become women that have that covering and the ones that don't, it's a huge difference in how they turn out.
Yes, and you can see it.
Yeah.
Thank you so much.
Your book.
Yes.
And get mine too.
Yes.
The name of my book is Believe in You One More Time. My first project was with Lisa Nichols. I co-authored that, and it was New York bestseller, and I expect this one to do the same thing. This is my first solo project, so God is good. I'm excited. Thank you.
I will. Hi, I'm Sharon Sykes, entertainment journalist for the Movement magazine. As you can see, we're on location here in the city of Atlanta covering the 2016 Trumpet Awards. Dr. Bobby Jones with the Movement magazine, and we are on a mission to heal the culture of our families. Other cultures train young women to be mothers and wives, and sons to be fathers and leaders. How do you see our culture and our families in this 21st century?
Well, I think that we need to concentrate more heavily on what's happening to our families, you know, our mothers especially, because it looks like some of that training may not be as it used to be, and some of the kids are not being like they should be. So I'm very focused on that. I'm an educator, first of all.
And I am too.
Oh, well, great. Right. So, you know, my degrees were in how we develop curriculums for different schools, which includes how we work with the family. And in our country, seemingly we're kind of drifting not to the positive side of it, and I think we need to really focus on that.
Thank you so much. I really do. And I'm on a mission. I've written a book about it to teach our young women to be nurturers again.
Yeah.
It's okay to be fly, but it's even better to be a nurturer.
You said it. I love it.
The Movement Magazine Remix. What do you feel about the relationships, and what is the future of our relationships in our culture? Whereas in other cultures, boys are prepared to be husbands, little girls are prepared to be wives. What are your thoughts about that?
Well, first of all, I love your name, The Movement. That's the name of my church, too. So The Movement, that's what time it is. And for me, relationships are all about love. It's about respect. It's about trust. And I think if we can build that with each other, whether we're black, white, whether we're gay, straight, whether we're Republican, Democrat, I think we can build a bridge between people. And if we do that, then that's going to be effective for the love of Christ.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, thank you, guys.
Congratulations on the show.
Yeah, thank you very much.
Where do you see the history of our family?
Actually growing. I think that we are finally figuring it out, and that we have to get that core family values back together. You know, we always say that everybody's, you know, at fault for everything that we need to make sure that we take care of at home. So once we, you know, kind of like make sure we don't have an implosion, and make sure we take care of things at home, then the whole world will want to be like us again. And so we got to definitely get it together, and we got to support our president and the values that he stands for, as well as just trying to make sure that our children know that they have a future and they come from a strong heritage. Somewhere along the way we've forgotten.
Thank you so much. Blessed day to you.
Thank you.
On a mission to heal the families in our culture, where do you see our love language going as a culture?
I think that we're beginning to have the right conversations, and I see that this is a recent movement. I don't think that I would have the ability to say that we were moving in the right direction 2 years ago, but suddenly something is happening, and we're beginning to have a lot of conversation about the importance of community, the importance of love within our community, and taking care of our own.
Thank you so much. The Movement Magazine Remix.